Okay, hi everyone. My name is Jennifer and I am Ellington's fourth gen. And she asked me to do a training. Um, and I couldn't tell her no because she does so much for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Let me know if you guys can see it. Can you guys see it? Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you. All right, present. All right. Okay. So I wanted to touch base on well, my name's Jennifer and I have been in a consultant, well, I'm now a director, but an advanced director. I've been doing this for 2.5 years and I don't think I remember my first year, I didn't know anything about mindset. So I'm gonna do a little bit about our brains and mindset um at first, and then I'll go into like bookings and what I do in parties. The three laws of the mind: we are not taught the power of our mind. We are not taught how to think the right way. We just live our lives. We end up thinking all the worst case scenarios. It is something that is tied into our survival. Our brains are always in survival mode. How many can relate to that? So the three laws of mind, it's so powerful to understand that you are actually creating stuff in your life. And if you can take responsibility for the thought that is going on in your head, we can completely shift the way our life is going, what our future look like. So we have two parts of our brains. We have our conscious mind, and then we have our subconscious mind. Our conscious mind of our brain is constantly thinking, that we're aware of. It's the part that is rational, planning, thinking part of our brains. It's also the part of our brain that is the worst case scenario and plan A through plan Z. We tend to think of all the things that can go wrong and then plan out all the worst case scenarios. Our subconscious mind, it's the really powerful part. It has two parts. One part is the part of our brain that controls all of our functions. So it makes sure that we're breathing, that when we're sleeping, our breathing is slower, our heart rate is slower, that when we're up, our heart rate is faster, that when we eat something, we chew it. But are we consciously thinking beyond chewing? Are we thinking, okay, stomach acid, now start breaking down that food? We don't consciously think about so many things that happen in our bodies. The subconscious mind knows what it's supposed to be happening for our bodies. We have all those bodily functions that our mind is subconsciously taking care of. The other part of our subconscious is the memory keeper of our lives. So every single experience you've ever had from birth until now have been recorded in your brain. And every time we have a really emotional, impactful event, whether it's a positive emotion or a negative emotion, it is being recorded into our brains. So it's like a program that gets recorded into a computer. We have told ourselves, I can't do this business because this, that, and the other. I know I'm guilty of this. Or every time someone else told us we can't do that. Um, those things are recorded. The more times we have said things to ourselves, or the more times we have heard those things, those get recorded and are more powerful. Our brains are malleable, and even as we age, we can actually create new neural pathways in our brains. So those programs, those recording of doubt, of fear of rejection, of statements we've told ourselves over and over throughout our lives, we can shift and create a new neural pathway that's healthier, that's more positive, that sees us as successful. And I will be teaching you guys that in just a little bit. So you have the conscious mind, which is the rational thinking and planning part. Then you have the unconscious part that takes care of all your bodily functions. And then the part that is the memory keeper. So think about it like a computer when you're on your laptop. It might be plugged in, or maybe it's got the battery going. and say we type something in, or we click to open up Instagram or Facebook or whatever. We consciously see the words we're typing, but we don't see the background programming that's actually putting the letters up on the screen or moving the mouse and allowing the computer to link up to Instagram or Facebook. So the subconscious mind is the screen you see. The subconscious mind is all that programming of the computer in the back end. The part that really makes everything run, we are going to change that program. And I'm going to teach you how to change that program and create new programs, new neural pathways for your brain to function on so you can live your life succeeding beyond your wildest dreams. So you can build a business in a way that grows. So the first rule of law of the mind is every thought creates a physical or chemical change. So go ahead and comment in the comment sections. How many thoughts do you guys think that we think per day? All the thoughts. How many thoughts do you think that is? Hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands? I'm gonna take a sip of drink, sorry. So researchers have shown that we typically think about 20 to 30,000 thoughts per day. We think 20 to 30,000 thoughts a day, but are we consciously aware of every single thought? That would be crazy for our heads. If you think about it, that little voice in the back of our heads that is constantly talking and telling you, no, you shouldn't do that. No, you shouldn't eat that. I'd rather have cake. All those tiny whispers in the back of your head. That's your inner voice talking to you. All of those thoughts. And if law of mind is every single thought that you create is some kind of physical or chemical change, 20 to 30,000 is a whole lot of thoughts. So let's think of nails on a chalkboard. Did any of y'all cringe? Your subconscious mind being able to go into all those programs that are in our brains and find that file, find that program of nails on a chalkboard and create the physical change for you to start cringing. So law number 2 is you can think one thing at a time. You cannot think two things at the same time. And when you do think two things at the same time, your conscious mind goes, I don't know which one you want me to think, so I'm not, and I'm just going to stay here until you give me a clear direction. Your subconscious mind always wants our highest goods. It's always working and wanting to help you, but it can't help us if we're giving conflicting messages. So how many of you think thoughts like this? I really want to get everything done today, but I'm so busy, I'm so overwhelmed and don't know if I'm going to get them done. Or I really want to rank up in my business, but I don't recruit people. I just don't think I can do it. I hope I can go on this trip, but I don't know if I can go. It's so expensive. And there's so many things I have to do. We think the thought, but then our mind goes into all the what if this, what if that, but, worst case scenarios, I can't, and so on. So we're constantly saying the things we desire or that we choose or what our goals are, but then we are canceling them out by all the negative stuff right after. So our brains say, which one do you want? Do you want to be successful or do you want to fail? Do you want to hit rank? Our brains cannot function on conflicting thoughts. What I encourage you to do is when you think about the thought of what you desire or what your goal is, go through all the worst case scenarios, plan it out, get it all out of the way, and then shut the door to all the negativity. And know that if when you have to open the door to get access to any of those worst case scenarios that you have already planned, you can. So start focusing on the goal that you choose or that thing that you desire. Any other thought that pops in, which inevitably they will, I want you to use this tool. Every time you say a statement of what your goals are or what you desire, and that little voice comes and tells you, wait, you can't do it, and the doubt and the fear and whatever, and all that comes in, I want you to say in your brain to yourself, cancel, or delete. Every time you say cancel, cancel, or delete, delete, it's going to break that pattern. Our brains are used to that pattern of you saying, I want this, but I choose this. That program is super powerful in your brain. It becomes this automatic background noise that we're always saying. It's just like that background low grade voice that's constantly chatting back there, telling us we can't do it. We have said to ourselves for so long, but here's how you break it. So say cancel, cancel, or delete, delete. Then replace it with the thought of what you do choose. I choose to grow my business successfully, sustainably, organically, in a way that's authentic to me. So I hit blank rank by whatever month. Okay, maybe you don't hit that rank by that month. It's okay. You can extend it, but pick a date, pick a month, pick an actual time so your brain knows what you really choose. Don't be vague so you don't get disappointed, because your brain will be like, okay, someday you will get to that rank 3 years from now. But if you want that particular rank, then you have to say it like you choose it. Let's do this. Let's tell the brain, let's tell the world, let's tell the universe that rank is mine. Claim it. You deserve it. You're going to work for it. You're going to grow your business and you're going to grow yourself. And any of us can get that goal that we desire and choose. So the 2 words I want you to take out of your vocabulary are try and don't. You can't try anything and be successful, because your brain is like, huh? You want me to try and hit this rank? I don't understand what that means. What does hitting the next rank look like? What does committing to hitting this rank look like? When you are actually following through with the things every day or every moment you have time set aside to work on your business. Doing, committing, choosing means that your brain knows you are 100% committed to the task. The brain, for whatever reason, doesn't compute the don't. So when you say, I don't want to fail, I don't want to get rejected, I don't and try, just cancel those out. From this point on, catch yourself and say, cancel, cancel, or delete, delete. Then replace it with the thought of what you desire. So law 3 is your thoughts precede your reality. Your thoughts actually come before your reality. Scientists have this to be true. The scientists have shown that those 20 to 30,000 thoughts that we think per day are actually little waves of energy. Every single thought we have is a wave of energy that leaves our head. And the law of energy is that anything that leaves its original source comes back to its original source. So all those thoughts we're thinking, all those negative thoughts are going out and coming back to us and creating our reality. So if we can change our thinking, think of what we can create. If we can change our thought process, that we're creating our own reality. We typically think life happened to us, but now you can understand that if our thoughts are creating our reality, then we have the capability to create anything in our lives. We have more control than ever. So I thought that was really good. I've been doing a lot of research about mindset. And I've also been taking a course with Kristen Boss. So I'm gonna go to the next, move this toolbar out of the way if I can. All right. So I've been taking this course with Kristen Boss, and so I thought this was very interesting. So we need to be, do, and have. So I just wanted to give this this example. Most people think once I have the outcome, then I can do things and then I'll be that person. So this is just an example. Once I have $1 million, I can do the things that millionaires do and I'll be a millionaire. But that is not how it works. You must be the person you want to be first, because that person will do the action as and will create the result. So say you want to create $1,000 per month. You would have to start behaving like that person who makes $1,000 a month. So how does this person spend their business hours? How do they show up online? What do they wear? How do they manage their personal time and what are their habits. So you must embody the version of yourself and then in the present. Sorry. And I can't get this stuff out of my way. So I can. Here's like an example of be, do, have. So this person is run a half marathon. So to be, you would envision yourself as that runner, talk to yourself as a runner, and think like a runner. And then to do, that you would do the training schedule, run distance regularly, buy running shoes, eat, rest properly, sign up and show up. And then then you are able to complete that half marathon and you are a runner and you lose weight. So now on to booking. So I remember within my first year getting on a training with Alicia and Kelly and them saying to do 50 booking messages a day, 30 to 50 a day, and to do it consistently. And that doesn't include your follow-up messages. And then also overcoming those objections. I'm sure your leaders have given you guys a form or overcoming objections on how to overcome them. And I used to be scared to do that because I felt like I was bugging them. And I finally got out of that thinking. And now I think of it as educating them. Then if they say no or not now, I'll say, I'm just curious, is that a no for now or a no for good? And then if they come back and say for now, I will say, okay, sure, I totally understand if now is not a good time. But just FYI, because most people don't know this, I can book 6 months out and my host will still get the rewards. November is our biggest selling month with the holidays right around the corner. What do you think of hosting a November party? And also I do tracking. Tracking is a must. Some people do it with pen and paper. I do it with a Google Doc form. And the reason why I do that, and I'm going to I'm going to get out of here and show how I do it after I move these things out of my way. So in a party, I will show you my welcome post. So at the beginning of the party, I do a welcome post, and it basically tells them what to expect, to put their notifications on, and just gives them some direction. And then I tag everybody that has joined the party. And then once you've tagged everybody, you're able to copy this, and then you can put it in this Google Doc form. Sorry, moving all these things out of my way. So for instance, this party, the yellow is that I messaged them on Monday. The tan is that I messaged them on Tuesday. Red is they gave me a hard no. Green is they said yes. And I still need their info in order to book the party. But once I've copied it from that welcome post, I can just go here and you see how that address comes up. I can just click on their name and it brings me to their page and I can message them like that. I was very happy when I figured that out. So I wanted to share that. It saves so much time for me. But I know some people don't like electronic or the electronic way. So, but for those of you that do, and let me go back to my all right, back to present. All right. There's the welcome message that I just showed you. It's basically, I do a welcome message, I tag everybody, and then I just do a game for them to message me. I want more people to message me so I don't get in that lovely Facebook timeout for messaging people. I don't like that. And I've actually had one time where I was in message jail for 7 days and it wasn't fun. Okay. So that's my welcome message. And then when people join the party afterwards, I will go to that same welcome message and I will welcome the new members and I'll tag them in the comments. And then I just do a welcome picture. I mean, you can just do a regular welcome picture if you don't have one of you. I did this at conference. So and then in that same welcome post, I'm also thanking everybody because everybody is tagged on this. They're gonna see, and I can't take credit for this. I've learned all this stuff from all other leaders. So yeah, I thank them in that welcome post because when they see that somebody orders, they all start ordering. And then so throughout the party, I'm going to scout and see who's playing in all my games and they're commenting on posts. I just look in Facebook on the left, or you can find out who's been your like Rockstar guest. It says it in the settings. And I'm gonna be messaging them to join my team. So this is one of the messages that I send. Says, hey, this may be totally out of the blue, but you've been such a great asset to have in this party that I would kick myself for not asking because you obviously would be good at this. I don't know if you ever thought about this before, but you can try this out for just $25 this month. Well, that's for today anyways. It ends today. And then I'm curious if you've been interested in extra income or adding a little bit more fun to your life. I'd love to share more info with you. What do you think? And I have been able to get Rockstar guests join my team. So once I send this and they're like, no, I haven't. And then I'm just going to start a conversation with them and get them to know, like, and trust me. And then if they say no, then I'm going to say, okay, well, will you book a party with me? So if they say no to recruiting, they're more than likely going to say yes to a booking. And then I'm going to work on them some more because I asked my host 5 times. And then just another Rockstar message that I use. And I'll post this in our in Team Full Throttle, the event. So if any of you guys want to look at it, you can. And then I learned this from Miss Ellington. On the 3rd day, I will, like, when there's 3 days left, I will leave, I'll change my cover photo. And then in the title of that page, I will put like little asterisks and say 3 days left. And then I do that the same with 2 days left. On that 2nd day, though, I'm going back in my welcome post and I'm updating them on where my host is to get more sales. And that helps with getting my sales up. And then I also do that on the 3rd day or the last day as well. And I always extend my parties 2 more days and I am able to get more orders. And then I, of course, change the cover photo. And then on the 2nd to last day before the party ends, I send my host this message to get them to message their guests to get a party for me or get some more orders. And if they do this, they are able to go up a couple levels. And I can tell when my hosts have done this. I gotta move this stuff out of my way. And then here's the last day. I'm messaging my host, letting them know where they are from getting the free product and how many brownie pans they have to sell. And then I give them the shopping link. And it gives them the message that they send their guest again. And then I just, another thing that I've learned, with a coach that I have is your daily routine. I always, the night before, I have a day, I don't have it right here close to me, but, I have like a daily planner. And I always dump my thoughts out on what I got to do the next day. So I'm not sitting in bed, my head tossing and turning. I got to do this tomorrow. I got to do that tomorrow, do this tomorrow. This way I have my day planned out. And if I say that I'm going to message from this time to this time, I'm going to sit down and message, and I'm not going to scroll Facebook, and I'm not going to answer that person that just said, okay, yes, I'll have a party. I am just sending out my booking messages, and then I can answer them later on. I used to do where I was answering them, and it took me so long to do my booking messages. And this way it keeps me grounded and I get it done much faster. And then I answer them later on once I have my stuff done that I need to do.
Yeah, that's where I struggle right there, Jennifer. I scroll. This is a struggle for me.
Yeah, I used to
Thanks for
do
the
that,
reminder.
but I've found that if I put it on a time and that's all I'm doing on that time. I don't do anything else. I used to do that same thing, and I've learned from the coach that I have to not do that.
Yeah,
And
I don't know how many, I think all of us have heard Kelly Gore say, don't look left, don't look right, don't go to the bathroom, don't scroll, booking messages.
yes,
And she's just so funny when she says it. And I
well, and
chuckle every time.
it's true. And basically, it's also consistency too. I make sure that
Yes.
I don't miss a day on booking messages, because what we do now affects our business 30 days, 60 days, 90 days from now. So, and I'm basically done with my training. I know it's supposed to be an hour, but I'm going to open it up for questions. If anybody has any questions, I'm going to stop sharing my screen.
I have a question. I do have a thank you. The reminder of copying the welcome, I got away from that. And when you showed it again tonight, it's so funny that those reminders help you go back to like, oh my gosh, why did I get away from that? That's genius.
I can't take credit for it. I think I learned it from Cindy and Kelly and them. So, and it's been a huge help with my sales.
Yeah, I was in that same training. What I'm saying is I got away from it.
Mhm.
Thank you for putting it back in your presentation.
Yeah.
And then Jennifer, do you, when you 3 days out, 2 days out, 1 day out, last day, do you go into that welcome message and create a new comment? And then do you
Yes.
bring your people back into it again?
Yes, I'm going to share my
Yeah, because
screen
I do that too. And I think that has helped me with sales.
Okay, I'm going to show you a party here if I can get to it. Okay, I think this is an old party that we can see.
And isn't it on that welcome message, you don't ever want to edit it, right? Like once you create it, is that what I remember?
I don't edit anything. Everything that I do is in the comments. Like if more people join.
Yeah, you
I
don't ever
will-
like go back and edit and add those people to that message because it messes
No.
it up or something. Is that what
I believe so, but I don't want to mess it up. So I just do it in the
I
comments.
believe so as well. And I do like Jennifer does. I do a new
so
a
you
new
just do a
comment.
comment with those names in the comment? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks. I
And then
wanted to
you can go in, then you can go in there and copy them into your Google form or your Excel spreadsheet or whatever
Yep.
it is that you're using.
Yep.
Okay.
I
I always get messed up on that, and I've found myself editing it, and then like, oh, I wasn't supposed to do that, but then I already did the message. So then I'm like, did I just screw everything all up?
can you guys see my screen? Yes, okay. So here's the things in this party. This host wasn't very so this is not a very good example, but I'll have 30 comments in my welcome post. It just depends on the host if they're doing anything with their party. But on my second to last day of the party, I say, good morning all. We have just 2 more days left to the party. Y'all are such a fun group to party with. Thank you to all who have ordered this far. Then I say the host's name, and I really appreciate you all. And then this one, I just said she's a few orders away because she had 0 in her thing. So if they have $0, I'm going to say a few orders because I don't want to say, well, she's $200 away from getting I say she's a few orders away from the first level. Who will be the first to help her? And then I just post the order link again and with a picture. And then on the last day, I actually got this wording from Miss Ellington. Oh my gosh, today is the last day to get those orders in. Needs help scraping a few more orders together. She's just such and such away from reaching the next level. And then when I extend the party, I'm also putting it in the welcome message as well. And I also put it and tag it at the message. So
Like that last one that you just did, like, oh my gosh, today's the last day or whatever. I make a separate post. I mean, like
I
in
do
the
that
party.
too.
So, okay, so you put it in both places.
Yeah, I put it in both places,
Okay.
because they're gonna see it somewhere. I want them to
Right.
see it.
Right. Gotcha. I was just making sure because I was
Yeah.
like, I just do the whole post over there and then I tag them all in it, or I do that on my phone
Mhm.
because it's easier to tag people on your phone than it is on the computer, because Facebook has mixed them all up
Yeah.
on the computer, but on the phone they're separate. The
Exactly.
ones that joined and the ones that haven't joined.
So here, I'll just go back to the home screen on this and I'll show you that if I can get it. So here it is. I pinned it to announcements.
Okay, yeah, that's what I do too. I do that one.
So I do it there and then I do it in my welcome.
Gotcha.
Does anybody else have
Makes
any
sense.
questions? I thank you all. So I finally overcame my fear and I did a training. So
You did a good job too.
Great
the only
job.
way,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. The only
Jennifer,
way
you did a
through it
great
is,
job. This was very good. You did great.
thank you. I was so nervous. My brain wanted to say, it's going to kill you. It's going to kill you, but it didn't kill me. I'm here. All right. Does anybody else have any questions?
No, I like how you use the welcome post for so much more than just the welcome. That's really good to go back to that. I really like that idea.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Thanks.
it helps with getting more orders. Unless the host just hasn't been doing anything, sometimes it will. I mean, I think she got maybe one order because she had $98 towards the end. But when we have the hosts that are like rock star hosts, I have like 30, 40 comments in there. So, because I'm thanking those people too. Because once they see one thank you, they're like, oh, I got an order for this person.
When you go back to that,
Sorry.
when you go back to that welcome, is there a quick way to get to it? Is there something you do up in the search bar to get to the welcome?
Yes. Let me share my screen and I will show you that really quick.
Thank you.
Do you pin it into featured?
No, I don't pin it into feature, but you can. So I gotta move on. All right, so there's this little search button when you're in the party. And then you can type it out and then choose it and it'll bring you all your welcome posts. Oh, I also do a video in I welcome them too as well with a video.
I pin mine to the featured announcements. So then I just go and I click on the featured button and It's right in there.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
So when you do the initial welcome post, and then like maybe a day or two later, you have more people that join
Mm-hmm.
and you welcome them again, like, doesn't that go into a different post? Like, how do you save that and put it underneath?
So I will share my
welcome post.
screen and show you how I do it. Okay, so I'm gonna see if this one's a good one. So when you choose on the people, well, there is one person. I can go here where it says write welcome, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy that. And then I'm going to go to my welcome post. And in the comment, I'm going to paste it. And then you see how her name's comes up? I'm gonna click on that so it can tag her. I'm not gonna actually do it because this party's over with, but and then I just do a welcome graphic underneath.
Cool.
Jennifer, when you do your thank you comments, are you doing just one person at a time or are you doing multiple people at a time?
I mean, if multiple people order at the same time, I do that in one comment.
Okay, that's the way I'm doing it.
Work smarter, not harder.
You got that right.
Anybody else have any questions? Happy to help. All right, well, if nobody has any questions, thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to do this and overcome my fears. And thank you for bearing with me. I was so nervous, but I got through it. So
Great job, PH. Thank you so much.
thank you. Happy Halloween. I hope you guys had a nice Halloween.
Oh yeah.
I rushed back to do this, so.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Good night, all.
Good night.